In this video, I'm going to explain you what is React hooks, and I'm going to show you a little sample about it and how to use it. Okay, in this case, I have something similar like a calculator. I have a result, I have a text box to type the number, and I have two buttons to add and subtract the value I write in this text box. Okay, in this case, I'm going to add this value. Okay, that's okay. And if I click the this button again, I'm going to duplicate the value. Okay. If I click subtract, it's going to happen the opposite thing, and I'm going to have a 0 as a result. Okay. Why do we need React hooks here? The reason is because we need to store the value that we type in this box, in this text box, and to send that value to the source code in React. Okay, and we have to make a calculation to get the result. Okay, and well, finally, that's the purpose of the React hooks, to take values from the UI and to save those values into variables in the React code. Okay, where is the React code for this user interface? Okay, I have that code here, and I have two components. The first component is the operation. Okay, this is a representation. It represents all these elements in this square. This is like the calculator. Okay, I have the result. Okay, well, first this is the component, the component's name, operation component. It receives the props, the properties, and it returns all the elements that is going to show on the UI. Okay, the first element is the props result. As you can see here, it represents this value. Okay, this is the div, the tag that grab the rest of the tags. This is mandatory because we have many tags, and it's necessary to grade this here. This is the CSS or the style that we are applying to have all the elements centered on the screen. Okay, next element is the label and the input text box. Okay, it corresponds to these two elements, and it receives a handler. This handler is used to send the value that we are typing in the text box to another component. Okay, the component is this. Now we are going to see this ahead. And okay, the two buttons for add and subtract that are receiving two handlers in the same way, that are receiving from the another component. In this case is the app. Okay, now let's see the app component, and here we can find the state or the hook. In this case, we are using this is the most common hook, it's the most basic hook that we are going to see, and I'm going to explain this behavior. And as you can see, this is the notation. It starts with the const keyword, followed by open square bracket, the name of the variable. This is the same name of the variable using the prefix set. Okay, this is like a standard to define the name that is going to set the value to this variable. Okay, so we have two elements: the name of the variable and the name of the method that is going to set the value to this variable. Okay, if you want to establish the name, if you want to establish the variable, we use this name, and if we want to get the value, we use this name. Okay, follow we use the useState. This is the select library we are going to use to set the default value. Okay, this is for the number that we are going to type here, and this is for the result that we get when we click on the add button or the subtract button. Okay, this is the handler that is going to be sent to the operation component that we saw here, number handler. Okay, and we sent that that handler to this component using the property click handler. No, the property is number handler on the when we declare or where we use the component, in this case operation component. Okay, this is the same, and okay, what it does, it receives the value, it validates if the value is a number. If it is not, in this case this function validates the value, it is going to set the result using the set result function with the value 0, because if we left this square in blank and we click this add or subtract, it can produce an error. Okay, if it's a number, okay, set the number, and we can use the event that is a representation of the of the value that we are typing here, and it is going to set the number with that value. Okay, it's going to replace every time I click a number here, this number is going to be replaced. Okay, this is the click handler, click add handler. This is the handler for the click button, for the button, in this case the add button, and it is going to set the result. It's going to use set the result. It's going to convert the result that initially has a 0 plus the number that we catch here. Then we have the click subtract handler. It does the same thing, but the difference is the symbol we are subtracting. And as a return, we have, okay, this is the div that grab this element, and it is using the class for this tag, or the is the style. Okay, and okay, this is the component, and we are sending all the handlers for click add handler and click subtract handler. We defined these handlers, we show that, and the number handler, we show that too. and this is the result. That's going to show the result of the calculation. Okay, so in this way it's going to work using the state. Okay, when we click the value, it's going to be automatically passed to the number variable, and the value is going to be preserved during the execution of this user interface. And it's going to when I click this add value, it's going to number handler is this, click add handler. It's going to set the result using the same result and adding or subtracting the number value in this case. Is this the way how hooks work? There is different types of hooks, and well, in this case the state is going to be able only for this component. Is not going to be able for another component. The only way that this value would be available for another component is to send the value through the properties, using the properties of another component. If you want to have a bigger scope or more scope, you have to use a different or another kind of hooks. But in this case, this is the functionality and the scope for this kind of hook.